So this is Snake World's Yamba outstation. The traditional name for this country is a Nglinja. Our clan groups out this way make up the northern Aranda tribes. For this is the east. This is the eastern Aranda. We've got western Aranda over this way. Central Aranda makes up the central region, and then we're north. So Yamba, Snake Wells is roughly here. We sort of started working on the project. I was instrumental on the early planning of the project earlier this year and at the end of last year. And since then it's just been a gradual step by step to get to this point. And yeah, I guess initially all we had in mind was this idea of a collaboration between cultures and to share our skills and stories. The idea is to take this. This is the old traditional design for the snake, for our snake that we're talking about, for Snake Well. And we're taking the old design and bringing it to life in a 3D structure. So the idea is to use the bonnets to create a scale effect, and we want to incorporate the turns of the snake, because this is its own design. You won't see any other snake designed like this apart from this one. From there, we're going to add the twist. So the objective is to put the twist in it with the bonnets looping over, and then from a bird's eye perspective, it will look like that in a sense with the twists coming over. So that's the objective.
The first day of the project, so we just loaded up the truck here. We're going to head over to the site that's behind us, set up all of the marquee and everything like that, and sit down, have a bit of a toolbox talk, a bit of an understanding of what we're intending to do, and then go through some sort of safety about the equipment that we're using, and then actually start getting into it. It's fantastic seeing all the bonnets sitting there in the boots. We're moving back. We've had a couple of problems with the amount of power that the welders draw, which has sort of meant that we won't be working all out here. So we're going to go work closer to the solar generator. But all in all, look, it's a good start. So the bonnet represents or symbolises every car that we're going to take off country, strip for parts. And so with the bonnet series, we take the actual bonnet and that we make an artwork out of. So we're recycling all the materials and then turning that into something that is going to have a bit of scale to it. We've got 55 bonnets already, so I'm hoping for around 100. And we'll get something that's, you know, at least 30 metres in length.
Yeah, you'll find the Holdens and the Falcons are the most common cars that are out in these communities. And for one, There's plenty of parts for them. So every now and then you'll find something a little bit out of the ordinary. But yeah, it's mainly old Holdens and Fords.
Prior to the intervention, the numbers on the outstations were growing, especially in the Ngedika region, and then boom, out of nowhere, the intervention come in. And since then, everything just went downhill, and that happened over 10 years ago, where the communities, a lot of them where I am, were cut down. It forced a lot of the families from the surrounding communities around Alice Springs and the outstations to seek refuge, more or less, in town, where they can go. It was accessible for them to do things that otherwise was provided before. And this is what we're hoping with the Bonnet series, that it's the reverse of the intervention. Instead of getting people away from their country, it's going to bring them back, and it's going to bring our kids back. And for them to be back there, they can engage with more respect and more understanding, because what they see and what they feel around them is what they belong to. When they're not there, they're somewhere else, they don't have that connection. They don't have that respect for what's around them, you know. And they see so much of it going on in town that it's just losing it. When they're back here in their communities with their family, they're not exposed to this sort of criminal activities or drug activities or any sort of stuff like that.
We're about to load up all of the units. You know, we've got it in sections. Everett's going to take us over to the actual site, because we've sort of been working around the solar panels here, over the site, orientate which way the snake faces on the land, because it's very important as part of this place. So we sort of site the work, and then he's off to go and pick up some blokes, which is going to be great to give a hand. And, you know, there's some heavy lifting to do at this stage, and then we start to actually dance the shape into the metal and then set it once Everett sort of is happy with the design. And I'm primarily here just to make sure it's a safe sort of install, that everyone is aware of how the shape's got to sort of be locked together, and just work with Everett to sort of help realise what's in his mind, and even in his dreams, I mentioned.
The Bonnet series we are running here in Central Australia is about two-way learning. It's offering white Australians to come out and share their skills and knowledge, and in return we teach them our cultures, our stories, our songs, dreaming, robberies, paintings, huntings, and our bush food and animals. What we want to achieve out of the Bonnet series is to strengthen our culture with our kids, to reconnect to the Creator, so we can share this to mainstream Australians so that we can all walk together. And I say, yeah, to the Bonnet series.